But yeah, YouTube fam, this is HD, the Harvest Disseminator, bringing you a review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Marvel 80 Years Wolverine Hulk 2-pack. And without further ado, mes amis, let's chop them up. Taking a look at the packaging, this is the Marvel 80 Years 2-pack of Wolverine and the Hulk. You have traditional insignias for both of the figures here. Here on this side, you have almost like a cartoonish depiction of the Incredible Hulk. You can see him fighting Wolverine here. On the back, again, you have a cartoonish style depiction of Wolverine and the Hulk. You do have the cover for the Incredible Hulk 181 that gave the first full appearance of Wolverine. There's Wendigo, which we also got to build the figure of that guy as well here recently. You have an artistic, almost cartoonish depiction of the Wolverine here on the side. On the top, you have a Marvel insignia, kind of glossed on there a tad bit. At the bottom, you have the barcode. And you can see I picked this guy up, or this 2-pack up, at GameStop for 60 bucks, meaning that the Wolverine figure cost us roughly $20, and the Incredible Hulk came in at right about $40. Out of the box, these two figures are extremely impressive. The Hulk, I have to say, is the best Marvel Legends Hulk that I've seen, and thoroughly impressed with this figure. We're going to take a look at their articulation, but before we do that, let's take a look at their accessories. Accessory-wise, we're getting 2 reissues of the Wolverine Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave hands. So those are the exact same hands, just painted a different color. We do have these 2 amazing Hulk hands. Hulk will come with 2 fists, and he will also come with 2 hands that are open, and you can grab somebody by the neck with with these hands and put them in a punching mode and smack them right in the head. Hulk will smash them. And of course, we get this shirt. And the shirt, you know, it's real nice. I like the detail in it. You can see this pocket here. I like the rips in it. Here goes a pocket again with the buttons. They even put the buttons and sculpted that into this piece. The rips and the detail in it, you know, it's just real nice. You can see here the back of the shirt, the rips in it. You know, it's a different pattern with the holes on both shoulders. Yeah, just really good job with this. It's, again, soft plastic. I even like the detail and the collar. So this is a real nice piece, and it just comes off and on Hulk real easily. And we'll take a look at that as well when we look at the body sculpts. I'm going to take a look at the first appearance Wolverine first, just to get this out of the way. You've seen the body sculpt already. What we're getting different here is the paint apps. Of course, this is a much brighter yellow. You do have a belt buckle with this guy. We've seen this belt buckle before with other Wolverines. And we have this one that has the X. So you have a different belt. You do have different shoulder pads. These are wider and these are more narrow, which is good. It's faithful to the first appearance of Wolverine. The whole costume is, so it works well. And of course, what you're getting different here is the head sculpt. With this Wolverine, the Apocalypse Wave, you can see his teeth. His teeth are baring. And you can see definition in his teeth, but I think that this takes it to a whole nother level, this other head sculpt. I mean, there's a lot of real good definition there with those teeth, and I really appreciate that. Of course, Apocalypse Wave Wolverine has white eyes, whereas the first appearance has blue eyes. So they captured that real good. I like the eyes on it. I like the head sculpt in general. It's just, again, very faithful to first appearance Wolverine. You can see his eyes there real good, and the paint apps are real nice, real basic. I like that you can see these crevices here in his forehead where he's mad. So that's real intense. That's real nice. Very well depicted. Very well played. You can see where there is supposed to be hair. It's not painted. Wasn't painted on the other Wolverine either, the Apocalypse Wave. So look, let's just run through the articulation real quick, just in case you don't have the Apocalypse Wave Wolverine. You can get his head to go this high. You can get it to go that low. Of course, you could achieve a 360 because it's on the ball joint, a little bit of pivoting. His arms can go up yay high. You can move these shoulder blades here. They're floating. They're kind of pegged into his arm. So you can get his arm to go that high, which isn't very high. You can get it to do a 360. You have these beautiful, amazing, awesome butterfly joints here. Very helpful. You have a upper bicep swivel. You have double jointed elbows here, which are real nice. Of course, there is a hinge here on his hand, and you can achieve a swivel with that. You have an ab crunch. He can go down that far. He can crunch back that far back. You have a waist swivel. Just make sure the belt is above his waist there. You can get him to do a split that far. Upper thigh swivel. You have this boot swivel here too. It's a little bit more difficult. You have double jointed knees, which are fantastic. Again, you can get it to spin. Just have to force it a little bit. His foot goes up yay high, goes down that low. You have ankle pivoting. And of course, you have peg holes at the bottom of his feet. And of course, you have a little bit of definition here in the bottom of his boots. So that's the articulation for Wolverine. Again, there goes the head sculpt. Closer look. Looks really nice. And that brings us to the Incredible Hulk. And incredible he is. This Hulk is colossal. He's beautiful. It is just an amazing piece. Let's take a look at this accessory first. As I mentioned, it's a very soft plastic. Look, it just comes right off. You know, it doesn't pour it in or anything. You just rest it on the shoulder there. And it works, you know. I mean, you could wobble this guy around for your posing. If you're doing action figure photography, it works really good. So you shouldn't have any problems with it falling off. But it just comes off that easy. And this is a really nice piece. But in terms of looking at the rest of the sculpt, I'm going to take it off and put it on the side for a moment. So let us take a look at the sculpt of the body. This head sculpt is quite amazing. I love it. I love the facial expression. I like that he's baring his teeth here. So overall, the sculpt is absolutely amazing. You can see that there is just green wash in his hair right there, which is great attention to detail. Again, these crevices, his eyes are straight. They're not wonky. His nose, just everything about this head sculpt is out of this world. It's tremendous job. Very good work with that, Hasbro. With the paint apps, you can see this lighter yellowish green throughout the body sculpt, which is real nice. You can see right here in his pecs. You can see it in his biceps a little bit. So all of that is great. Some other really good attention to detail here in the hinges in his arms. You can see the veins continuing from the hinge into his arms, and you get that with both of the arms. You can see kind of the veins there in this one. So just amazing attention to detail. You do have these exposed hinges up here, which is all right. It's going to allow for a little bit better articulation. I wish they would even shave the back just a tad bit more so we could have got a higher reach with this guy. But this works nonetheless. Again, the veins in his chest, just his abs. Of course, those go all the way back. When you stretch them back, it's just all abs, all right? You cover that top couple of abs up when you crunch them back down into a normal position. With the pants, again, job well done. You can see that this plastic here, it's not like sculpted on or painted onto his body. It kind of hangs over his calf. So that is awesome. Two different tears in his pants here. So just awesome work. His butt even looks great. So just great attention to detail. His muscles here, just, yeah, I know I'm just drooling over this guy, but, you know, just amazing, amazing work. The best Hulk figure probably to date. Look, you got that lighter, yellowish green here in his feet as well. His toes, just everything about this guy is phenomenal. Maybe some things with articulation could have came a little bit better, but overall, I love the body sculpt. Now, I do want to mention something while I have this guy posed here. I did not buy the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Hulk because we got this Hulk. And in my opinion, when I saw the SDCC exclusive, he did not look half as good as this guy, and I still feel that way. He does not look as good as this guy. So in my mind, why am I going to pick up that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive when this one's better? And it is. All right. And granted, that's my opinion. All right. So what I think Hasbro could have done, what they could have did for us as the fans, instead of releasing that San Diego Comic-Con Green Hulk, they should have given us Joe Fixit. And I still feel that way to this day. Granted, we are going to get a gray Hulk that's supposed to be Joe Fixit, but he's not wearing clothes. It's going to be the exact same figure, painted gray with a different head sculpt. That's all it's going to be. I really wish Hasbro would have gave us Joe Fixit. It would have went so well with this guy right here. I used to collect the Wolverine comic book in the 90s, and just to be able to maybe achieve that cover where it's Joe Fixit and Wolverine, they're in suits standing next to each other. I mean, something like that would have just been absolutely phenomenal. But yet they gave us a Green Hulk. They released both of them pretty much at the same time. So I think this guy is the better choice, even though I haven't even seen the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive with my own eyes. I've only seen them online. I still feel like this is a better figure with a better head sculpt. Articulation-wise, his head, it can go down pretty decently. Far as you can see here, it can go that far up. That's all you can achieve. His hair's right there. I mean, look, the guy has a real big, thick neck, a bigger head, so you're not going to be able to get it to go that high, but that's as high as you can go with that. With his abs, you can get him to crunch down, I think quite a bit, far enough. He goes back that far. Of course, this bad boy can rock side to side, if you will. You have a little bit of swiveling with it. You do have a waist swivel, so you can go 360 with that. With his arms, of course, you can get a 360. What I like about these arms, you have this upper bicep swivel, and you have a swivel here at his elbow. Granted, you only have single jointed elbows. Or wish somehow we could have gotten double jointed. I know it wouldn't have been as seamless as it is right now with this little piece that of his elbow that comes over the hinge. But it would have been real nice. His hands do swivel. Of course, they have a hinge as well, and that goes for both his open hand and his fisted hands. They have hinges. You do have this butterfly joint, which is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, you have on both arms. Now, I know it might have made his chest look different, but I wish this hinge could have came a little bit further forward. Something like Wolverine's. Okay, Wolverine's butterfly joints, I mean, you can go pretty far ahead with these, okay? I mean, that's pretty good. That gives increased articulation. Wolverine can touch his face, okay? He could achieve that, this Wolverine. He can touch his face. I'm sorry I didn't get that in the camera that well. So, that's possible with Wolverine. With Hulk, I mean, you can't get to his face pretty much at all. So you can get this close. Let me hinge his hands here. That's about as close as you're going to get. So I think if they would have extended that butterfly joint, maybe it wouldn't have looked as well. I wish I could just see how it would look if the butterfly joint could go a little bit further forward. Nonetheless, I mean, look, you can get this real cool pose with him, like, being mad and just looking up and two fists or whatever you want to do, So, this works out. And measuring these guys up, the Incredible Hulk is right at about 8.5 inches. Our main man Wolverine is almost 5.5 with his horns. So very good scaling between the two figures. Here's Hulk scale next to the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure and the Kingpin Build-A-Figure. And here's Hulk scale next to two other 80 years figures. We have the 80 years Alex Ross Captain America and the 80 years Alex Ross the Mighty Thor. And here we have him scaled next to two New Orleans-born superheroes. We have the single-jointed elbowed Gambit, and we have the single-jointed elbowed Monica Rambeau. The word gumbo. Gumbo is a real popular dish here in New Orleans. It developed during the colonial period of the city. Gumbo comes from an African word from Benin, West Africa, that means okra. That's what gumbo means. It means okra. So if you have a pot of gumbo and you don't have okra in the gumbo, guess what? You really don't have gumbo because you don't have okra, and that's what it means. Gumbo means okra. So for me, this Incredible Hulk right here is the okra. So if you don't have this in your collection being a pot of gumbo, if you don't have this okra, you don't have gumbo. All right? That's how highly I think of this Hulk. So look, should you get it? Absolutely, if you don't have it already. All right? So look, this guy is a must-have. Give him a very high rating. I don't want to put a number on it, but just absolutely phenomenal. If you don't have it already, I have a link in the description below on my webpage. Log on. I'll have links where you could purchase this guy. Get him in your collection, okay? The Wolverine is phenomenal as well. The head sculpt's head on. I like the color of his outfit. Sure, we're getting like 13 Wolverines this year. I understand that, but this is a good one. If y'all enjoyed my review, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, give the video a like, and as we say here in New Orleans, till next time, mes amis, les bon temps.